talking about this now, huh? Well, not gonna lie, when experimenting with this black cube, it was dangerous, risky, unstable, and unpredictable, really. It was the most dangerous cube to experiment with compared to the three. Now, when we found anything laying around, like a pen or pencil or whatever, when we poked this thing with a pen, it sucked it up like a vacuum. It absorbed it pretty much. It's pretty clear that pen is gone when it sucked it up like a black hole, so that pen is gone forever. And this black cube also has a bit of unstable properties too, and one of these unstable properties we call a rewrite. Now, a rewrite is, well, in one of our experiments when we poked it with a pencil, the information, the physical appearance, and the matter and everything about the pencil gets completely rewritten into a completely different object, which the pencil turned into a white highlighter, which white highlighters do not exist, and it's weird that it created that. We poked it again with a white highlighter, it changed it to a piece of gum. We poked it again with a piece of gum, and turns it to a plastic toy, and so on and so forth. It just rewrites the object into something completely different. Now, that's not the only rewrite. There is also a secondary kind of rewrite, which was a bit more disturbing, honestly. When we found any other objects like a pencil, pen, or whatever just to poke with, one of those things changed into this fleshy, meaty, slimy thing with eyes, and I really don't want to get into details with that. It was disturbing. It was really disgusting. Everyone was really disgusted, and gosh, oh man, just thinking about it was horrible. We had to call in the extermination to clean up the mess, and yeah, just thinking about it hurts my head. Yeah, but anyways, other than that, there's also these other kinds of dark powers that we discovered behind this black cube. One of them being shadow manipulation. There's a lot more of these other ones that I cannot really explain in an easier way, but there are some ones that I can. For example, it has the ability to summon shadow creatures or summon your shadow clones. It can make a clone of you, but in a shadow form, and honestly, I don't understand why you want to do that. I mean, we haven't really figured out the use for it yet, so we're still figuring that out. And it also has the ability to change your physical form into a shadow form, which technically allows you to no-clip through walls and whatever obstacles is out of the way, which works by phasing through the shadows or darkness. But once again, despite it sounding good, it's a very unstable cube, and I don't recommend trying to do that, honestly. And then another dark power was this nightmarish sort of power that you can do, which is summon people's nightmares and past mistakes and trauma into real life, or make new nightmares to mess with people. And I don't know what kind of sane person would want to do that, but jeez, that is just really disturbing and just even do that. And I can't even speak properly anymore just thinking about this black cube. We're still explaining more. No, sorry. We're still experimenting. Gosh damn. We're still experimenting on this black cube, and I'm really terrified what other dark powers and sort of cursed things this thing has, and I don't want to talk about this. I'm stopping this. Okay, here we go again with this. Now, when it comes to this black cube, there's this one disturbing thing that we discovered, and it even tricked us, and that being that it has the ability to pretend that it's not conscious, pretend that it's not alive or sentient, and that it's staying still. And it uses this advantage as a way to have this psychological manipulation towards people by tricking them into thinking that it's not conscious, but then when they look away and look back on it, it's gone, and it sneaks up on them to feed on their fear. So the certain emotion that reacts to strongly, fear. It feeds on fear, people being afraid, terrified, and all that other kinds of stuff, and it enjoys it. It uses it as an advantage to tease and play with its victims, and it has its way of psychologically messing with people, and It's quite disturbing. Now, how it moves around the place, one of the two things is that it summons out its dark tendrils and moves around the place, or it fades into the shadows or darkness and moves from one dark area to another. And that's why we have a room with lights on 24/7, so it doesn't go around the whole facility. And honestly, it would be really hard to contain without any lighting. So that's why we have a specific room for that, so it doesn't go around the place messing with people. And that's all we have with how it reacts to emotion and how it moves around the place. Yeah, still figuring out this black cube.